Jai Shriman Narayan. I would like all of us to rise and observe a moment of silence. You may sit. I want to pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically in Durban, South Africa at the Sri Narayan Dham. And I welcome all of you locally, nationally and internationally that's watching this discourse on live feed. And I also welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted in the various groups from around the world. We acknowledge the passing away of Guru-Mataji, the wife of my spiritual master, that's on my right hand side, for those of you that's here for the first time. He is called Guruji around the world. And yesterday, Guru Mata left her mortal coil to join Guruji in Vaikuntha. She married Guruji at a young age, many years ago, after Guruji completed his 12 years in the Banghar forest of India. When Guruji completed his austerities and penances, him and his elder brother married two sisters. I had the opportunity in 2017 to meet the daughter of Guruma's sister. And I had the opportunity of living in their house for one day, and I had the opportunity of the two sons of Guruma's sister taking me around India and on a pilgrimage, showing me all of the places where Guruji himself performed his austerities and penances. I'm asking Vishwadhar Ramanuj Das, when he collates this discourse, when he puts it together, he must include my photographs with Guruma, and there is a video as well. And you will see that on that day when I entered Faridabad in the lodgings of Guruma, when she saw me, the video picks up her face lighting like a sun. When Guruma saw me, as soon as I entered the domain, the video picks up her face lighting like a sun. And subsequent photographs will show that this happened during her illness. She was ill on that day. And photographs will show I am massaging her head, and she was massaging my head. Photographs will show, upon my request, I requested Guruma And I said, Guruma, please feed me so the world can see what a great mother you are. And out of her own plate of food, she took a morsel of food and she fed me in her illness. She was over 80. She was ill many years after Guruji left in 2007. She went through many trials and tribulations prior to the Sri Siddhartha Ashram being built. And I remember I have fond memories on my very first visit to India when a founding disciple, G.S. Bawa, told us wonderful stories of Guruma and Guruji. And one of the stories that strikes home is that this ashram was built in a forest, similar to our ashram, the Sri Narayan Dham. Exactly 2 years ago, if you drove down the M19 on my right, this was a forest. The first day when I landed here, I couldn't even see this domain. We didn't know how far the M19 was. We just had cars whizzing up and down. There were hundreds of wild trees and shrubs around this place. And similarly, the Sri Siddhartha Ashram took its birth in the forest in Faridabad. And on the very first day that they landed on that land, Guruji built just a single, I think, 3x3 room. And the very first meal Guruma cooked on a fire outside, I think a half of a 2.5 kilo of flour, and she made roti for 14 people because there were 14 people present with them. And Bawa showed me the tree that's on the padikrama of which she used the leaves to serve the roti. And Guruma in this way continued to serve selflessly. Today is not a day to discuss, but there was a huge disturbance which is known around the world at the Sri Siddhartha Ashram. And in 2015, through the grace of my Guru, I was whisked to India and placed at the feet of Guruma, where I heard of this disturbance directly from Guruma herself. I was the only foreign person at that point in time to get a complaint from my Guru Patni, from the wife of my Guru. I broke many protocols in order to fix this disturbance. Because the Vedas say, you must follow your Guru to the best of your ability. And the Vedas also say that the wife of a Guru should be treated in the exact same dimension as you treat the Guru. So in the absence of my Guru, when the wife was disturbed, I used that principle. Others have accused me of getting involved in a family drama. However, I used the Guru-disciple relationship and the Vedas to take action. And We are currently in chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, and preceding this discourse, it is Lord Shri Krishna himself who instructs every human to take action in the battle of unrighteousness. And I saw this battle and I took action, and this action was seen and witnessed from around the world. Guruma withstood this disturbance right up until yesterday. So the wife of a guru or a guru patni does not live a glorified life. In the front and in satsangs, the wife of householder gurus may be seen to be glorified personalities, but behind the scene, they go to hell, and they go through hell. And I want to use Guruma and the hell that she, pain and suffering she endured, to pay gratitude to all the bona fide Guru Patnis that exist in the world today and have existed since time immemorial. And we're going to use this dedication in order for disciples to respect the wives of householder gurus. They have merits from previous lifetimes to be wives of householder gurus. And we must respect the wife of a guru as much as you respect the guru himself. We must inculcate this in our own behavior if you want to gain optimal spirituality from this institution. Guruma's dedication, the very first meeting with Guruma in 2013 was delayed because she was ill on Guru Purnima. And when I went to her, when she gave me permission to come back to South Africa and do satsang for Guruji, we had to wait 2 hours. Our meeting was delayed for 2 hours. And we learned subsequent to the meeting that the reason the meeting was delayed for 2 hours because Guruma was very, very ill, and they had to bring oxygen to the ashram so that she could inhale oxygen. Notwithstanding her illness, the minute myself, Mataji and Sean entered her domain, if nobody told us that she was ill, we would have not known she was ill. We would have not known that she was ill because she treated us with full hospitality in her illness. 2015, the story was the same. And when I saw her in 2017, the story was the same. Guruma, at an advanced age, left this material world in a disturbed condition. However, in terms of our teachings and our revelations in the Bhagavad Gita, which I am discoursing for a few months now, we learn that the soul is immortal that the soul used the body of Guruma in this lifetime to perform a specific function and to serve the world. And it is Guruma herself that have served this Sri Narayan Dham, so that all of you seated here and those, when I opened this institution 6 years ago, everyone benefited. In this institution, people suffering from stage 4 cancer was cured. The unemployed became businessmen and women. The unmarried got married. The poor got wealthy. Everyone's life was touched when they came to this institution with valid evidence. Nobody remained the same. Nobody remained the same. And we continue in this trend that whoever enters this institution with faith and devotion, this institution, which was handed to me by Guruma herself, will deliver. The word impossible is not part of our vocabulary, and we have proven it throughout. We have proven it throughout this 6 years. We have what people call miracles. People, due to having compartmentalized minds, call these events miracles. However, beyond the mind is another dimension, intuition and supra-knowledge. And when you in these dimensions of intuition and supra-knowledge, then miracles are ordinary, natural events taking place. Okay? And I think there is a miracle sitting in my satsang today. Okay? No. We have a guest who's seated here today. And she had a dream, I think, a week ago. But where was your location when you had this dream? Clear estate? You formerly from Ishawi? Okay, so she had this dream, and in her dream, oh, that's fine. You're going to turn the camera. Come, Amita. This person had a dream of this ashram. She's never seen this ashram before. She's not on social media. You're not on Facebook, so she could not have seen it on a face page. We're not advertised in any newspaper. There was no reason to have seen this vision in a dream, because generally in dreams you recollect what you have seen. And she says that on Sunday she was driving past and she saw the exact dream that she had. And today she comes running down the driveway. I nearly leave this ashram and run away. I thought I was being pursued. When I saw her running down the driveway, and I think she said, "This is the place And I thought I was in huge trouble. Somebody had found me. Alright? So she's seated here today, which would be called a miracle. But when you go beyond the compartmentalized mind and intuition and supra-knowledge, then this is an everyday occurrence. Okay? Because our mind is not trained to see beyond this dimension, then we cannot understand all of these things. So again, this is in dedication to Guruma. Had Guruma not given me permission to open this institution, today we would have not been able to experience this miracle that occurred. Okay? And this institution will continue producing these natural spiritual effects, which man will call miracles. But it is natural, it is spiritual, it is here for you. It is here for you. Both my Guru, who was born in 1937, and his wife, they never took any enjoyment in this material world. They took no enjoyment in this material world, so that everyone in the world could benefit. And when my Guru had the opportunity of meeting Lord Narayan in the forest after his 12 years of penances, Lord Narayan asked him what he wants. And my Guru only wanted one thing: to remove the suffering of mankind in this world. And Lord Narayan asked him again, what do you want? And my Guru said, I only want the benediction to remove the suffering of mankind. And from that day onwards, this world has changed. And today, through the Sri Narayan Dham, Guruji's grace is flowing in almost every country in the world. Today, through the grace of Guruji and the grace of Guruma, this discourse and all my discourses are being acknowledged in every continent and every part of the world. We had the opportunity of hosting a Swami from Vrindavan who lived on this premises on this Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And he himself took blessings from Guruji and Guruma in his lifetime in India. On the 5th of May this year, we had another Guru who opened this institution formally, and he also was graced by Guruji and Guru. And Guruji held a very, very high and esteemed position among saints in his lifetime. So in this institution, this is not a feel-good satsang. Satsang means a group of people that are pious and gathered together to hear the truth. This is not a religious program. This program is spiritual. All religion, the ultimate aim of all religion is spirituality. And spirituality in itself is the product of all religion, whereby it is not sectarian in terms of any religion. So what I am teaching you belongs to all of mankind. The language this information was written is in Sanskrit. Sanskrit is not a Hindi language, it's a language itself, and it is the oldest language that exists on this planet. And it was in this language that the information that I am to impart to you today in my discourse. So this, what I am teaching, belongs to everyone. You'll notice that this hall is not full to capacity, notwithstanding the fact that the word impossible does not exist in this institution. And the reason is that you have to have merits to be in this institution. Like when you go to school, there are general schools, and then you go to university, and also there are general university. But if you want to study astrophysics, the class will be very, but the level of education is the highest in science, but the class will be very small because very few people will have the capacity to enter into this subject. Right or wrong? So the class of astrophysics will be very, very small. And whoever is seated in my presence, it means you have the merits to hear me tonight. It means God has acknowledged your merits and placed you before me tonight so you could hear this discourse. There is also the word coincidence does not exist in our dictionary. Where it is co, we change it to God. Everything in this universe is only God incidence. Everything in this universe is God incidence. And yesterday when Guruma had to leave, it is also God incidence. Okay? God incidence. When Rishi came to shine my floor, it was God incidence. And the word shine, Rishi, have to be unshined sometimes. Alright? Rishi likes the word shine. You sure?
Yes.
You also used to like the word shine. And I think I also used to like the word shine. Okay? But that word Rishi need to be shone away. Is it? You're in agreement with the Guru? Yes. So nobody comes on their own accord to a satsang of this nature. And I'm keeping the reins very, very tight because my mission through the grace of my spiritual master is to spread the philosophy of God around the world. So I do not have time for bickering, scandalizing, and politics in my satsang. So if the satsang grows very big, then people, instead of coming to listen to the Guru, they come to form congregations among themselves and they become the Gurus. So you have pockets of Gurus everywhere. And this is what causes damages in spiritual institutions. And this is what chases people away from spirituality. So we want to be very, very circumspect because we want quality. We do not want quantity. This institution has no shortage of anything. So this institution is not money based. This institution is not money based. We do not take money in return for whatever we do. Are you listening? We do not take money in return for whatever we do, because if we rely on you for money, then we have surrendered to you and we have no faith in God. So we cannot play two games with one philosophy. So we have surrendered to God, and God through you will send the necessary funds timelessly. Through you will send the necessary funds timelessly, without putting a price on what we do. And this is what we call donations. So timelessly, people make donations. And the reason God used donation is to purify your money. Because everything works with consciousness, and you may have in your bank 30,000 rand. That physical money that you have in your account could be involved in a hijacking and murder, and somebody died, and that money through the system landed in your account. And to purify your money, you offer your money to God. There is no specific percentage in this system. Whatever you do is based on your financial situation. Okay? So, it is great to acknowledge that this eternal system had Guruma. And although my spiritual master is Swami Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj, on the 6th of August 2013, Guruma gave birth to my spirituality. And it is the passing of my spiritual mother whom we are dedicating this discourse to. All of you understand. And I think, and this is why I said, I asked Vishwada Ramanujas, who's going to send this discourse on YouTube and various groups from around the world, to include the video of 2017 June when I visited Guruma in an illness. And I want all of you that have Facebook to go and watch this video and the subsequent photographs when you see Guruma in a sick state, lights up, brighter than the sun when she sees me. When she saw her spiritual son from South Africa, like a mother who sees a lost son, or a son she has not seen from a very long time, or daughter. That feeling, those of you that are mothers, this is what Guruma felt when she saw me. Remember, she speaks Hindi. And Nisa is it? I do not know Hindi. I am an English, I'm a Western South African guru with Hinduism as my culture. I do not know Sanskrit. I do not speak Hindi. I spoke a little Hindi that I learned when my granny was around. So Guruma's love to me and my love to her could not be expressed in a common language. It was expressed as love itself. And I want you to see, especially the video. And I am pressing her head, and she is simultaneously pressing my head. This is the bond of a son pressing the mother's head so she can ease her pain, and the mother reciprocates and presses the son's head. And this is captured. So I'm going to make her other children jealous. She has 2 sons. And I think 4 daughters, if I'm not mistaken. And in 2017 we all met. Fortunately, I had an opportunity to meet all the children. And in South Africa there was a message passed on social media that I am not a bona fide spiritual master. So I went in 2017, when I went to Guruma, we discussed this in a video that is 2.5 hours long. And in the video it was stated very, very clearly that there is no one that has the capacity to state that I am not a bona fide spiritual master. No one has the qualification to state that I am not a bona fide spiritual master. And subsequent to that, she fed me. And that feeding will say what? I was not dressed in English clothes, I was dressed like this. So she endorsed to the whole world that I am a bona fide disciple of my Guru, and she is my spiritual mother. Because this is what happens in man's common life. Instead of fixing themselves, Rishi, instead of fixing themselves, they want to fix the institution they go into. They want to fix the Guru. They want to fix the Guru's wife. They want to fix the Guru's children. Who should they be fixing? The Guru is running the repair shop. If you take your car to the mechanic and you see the mechanic's car broken, should it bother you, or you should just get your car fixed, pay the mechanic and go home? What should you do? Get your car fixed, pay the mechanic and go home. Because there's a reason why the mechanic's car is broken. But what we do when we attend mosques, churches, temples and satsang, we came for repairs, that's why we attend these repair shops. But when we attend this repair shop, we want to repair the mechanic's vehicles. And we forget that we came to repair ourselves. And this is the controversy that happens in all religious places. Then we want to fix other people who came for the same repairs. We want to fix other people. 20 cars came for repairs with 20 car owners. Each of you must repair your own car. Make sure your car is repaired to the best of ability. Pay the mechanic and go home. Don't worry about that next car. And don't worry about the mechanic's car. And if you follow this philosophy, your car will never break down on the way to God. Your car will never have a breakdown on the way to God. All of you understand. So, I always say this through experience, that the demonic affords you the ladder to divinity. The demonic affords you the ladder to divinity. When someone harms you, you must turn that harm into a blessing. You must turn that harm into a blessing. When this false report was sent through social media, it had collateral damage in my satsang. Because when you come to service, you want the priest, the pastor, the guru, or the Maulana to be genuine. Because you take your life's problems and you place it in the lap of your various spiritual heads, don't you? And when you learn that the spiritual head is a fake, it will damage your spiritual progress, won't it? Because you've taken everything and you've placed in the lap of your spiritual head. So these false allegations had collateral damage on one hand. It also afforded the opportunity that I could sit today and celebrate the passing of my guru's Guru Patni, or my guru's wife, because these demons sent me there so that I could get fed by my guru's wife. I could rub her head and she could rub my head. I had no other reason to go to India in 2017. So they gave me the step ladder to go to divinity, because this is divinity. In the absence of my guru, being blessed by my guru's wife is absolutely greatness, isn't it? And who sent me there? The demonic. And this should be a lesson to you, because whatever the guru undergoes, the product of that experience should be a lesson to you. Whenever people are bringing you down, stay firm and principled, because on the spiritual dimension, they are lifting you up. In the spiritual dimension, they are lifting you up. Look at the example today. Today, in this dedication, had it not been for these negative people with demonic mentality, I would not have this experience with my Guruma. All of you understand? So, in respect of Guruma, when she took this birth through her previous merits, she became immortal. Because the soul is immortal, together her character is now immortalized as Guruma itself. Because this Sri Narayan Dham is going to continue to exist. There's 427 years left in this cycle. In this cycle of Kali Yuga. And in that 427,000 years, this institution will never be forgotten. Disciples will continue taking it up until the end of Kali Yuga. And Gurumas will be immortalized in this lifetime. And this is why I stated, I hope other children do not get jealous, because I was given the opportunity to take both Guruji and Guruma by the hand around the world. And I will continue doing that to the best of my ability. And I tell my disciples who's close to me, I tell them that from the day I took my initiation on July 18th, 2013, every morning when I get up, whether I have or whether I don't have, I ask my Guruji the minute I open my eyes, Guruji, what more can I do for you today? Guruji, what more can I do for you today? And every one of you that's here, for no matter what amount of time, you know I give you my 100%. Whether I am sick, whether I am not sick, I have spoken and I speak to you for thousands of hours. It is from that question in the morning, Guruji, what more can I do for you? And my Guru's name, in containing my Guru's name, I give you my best. I give you my best. And in this 6 years, I've had over 1,000 followers that came and they left. They did not leave for the total of hours they spent with me. Some 4 years, some 5 years, some 3 years. They left with that last 5 minutes. Do you understand? In that 5 minutes when I told them, hey, you are wrong. Don't do it this way, do it that way. And they left then. And this is how dumb they are. Because if you do maths, if you had full bliss for 3 years, and 5 minutes when the Guru tried to fix you up, and you had pride, and that pride made you leave, look at how much you left. And Mataji tells me, Vasudeva Ramanuj Das, stuck in behind Shanti, alright, he's hiding. He also tells me, Acharyaji, every devotee that comes in, you give them your best. And in the end, when you're trying to rectify a particular fault, they give you one boot and they leave. Please sit in your room and be like the other gurus. Only see them formally. And when I'm really sick, and only Vasudeva massages me, and he feels all the pain knotted in my body, and he gets upset that the Guru absorbs the pain of all these people, that for a small thing, they give the Guru one boot and they leave the institution. And I lie to him, don't worry. And I also lie to Mataji. From tomorrow, I'm going to be a very strict, militant Guru. I won't even give people another look. They must see me in my kutir and hear me in my satsang. And I made a door here, and I promised them that after satsang, I'll run back into my kutir. I can never do that. I can never do that. Like Guruma, I will absorb the millions of boots that you're going to give me. Because I have to be true to my Guru. And when I ask him every morning, Guruji, what more can I do for you? He sends me you. He sends me you. And when you land here, as a guest of my Guru, it's my duty to give you 7 star. Like a humble waiter, I must feed you 7 star. And that is why most of you get top food in this. Isn't? Yes. Some compassionate patrons of the restaurant will tip the waiter. Isn't? Others will swear the waiter. Others will be aggressive with the waiter. But the waiter's job is to wait on people. And because I make that commitment every morning, Guruji, what more can I do for you today? And Guruji has a habit of sending me this noisy. Guruji finds people from far and wide. I do not question who he finds. I do not question who he sends to me. My job is simply to, as long as you're a guest here, to give you the best. As long as you're a guest here, to give you the best. I do not own this institution. I am a mere servant of the servant. Lord Srimati. So I want to end this discourse with the next verse, which God incidentally falls into its perspective today on the passing of the great Guru-Mataji. Okay? So who remembers? The devotee that generally remembers my last verse decided not to come to satsang today. Verse 15. So to understand verse 15, we have to recap verse 14. And verse 14 states, the contact of the senses with the objects, O Arjuna, gives rise to feelings of hot and cold, pleasure and pain. They come and go, never lasting long. Endure them, O Arjuna. And in my 6 years, this is what I saw of Guruma. I met her 3 times, 2013, 2017, 2015 and 2017. In all of these times that I saw her, I never see her in pleasure. I always saw her in pain. But if you look at those photographs, you will see that to cater, she is absolutely blissful. Leave it then, you can hear it, okay? She is absolutely blissful. She took the world's pain. She took all the devotees' pain. She took the children, her children, the pain of her children, and she lived this long life of pleasure and pain. After Guruji left, very little pleasure, mostly pain. And this is what is an instruction from the Bhagavad Gita itself. This is Lord Shri Krishna himself speaking, and he is saying that we must manage in this material world, we must find a center where we can manage pain on the left and pleasure on the right. We must be able to navigate between pleasure and pain, for it is the very constitution of material nature. Pleasure and pain is the constitution of this material nature. And pleasure and pain is experienced by the senses that are embedded in your body. Pleasure and pain is experienced by senses that are embedded in your body. You, the real you, does not experience pleasure or pain because you are the soul. And the position of the soul is absolute bliss and knowledge. Absolute bliss and knowledge. When the soul misidentifies itself that it is the body, it is then the soul starts experiencing pleasure and pain. And when you come to spiritual science discourses like this, we aid you in understanding that oil and water can never mix, the soul and the body can never mix. Don't imagine you the body because you are the soul. And I was talking to a devotee of mine today, and I gave him a further example to understand this concept. So I said, if you go into a robot, you also astronauts dressed in robots, in robotic gear. You saw them training in capsules so they can walk in space. So they experience their physicality through the robotic gear that they are wearing. Don't they? Similarly, the soul experiences its physicality through the human body that you are wearing. So if an astronaut comes home and forgets to take out his robotic gear, if he loses his memory, when you lose your memory, what you are called? Sudarshan?
Amnesia.
Amnesia. When you have amnesia, and if that astronaut has amnesia, he will think he is the he will think he is the robot. Similarly, spiritual souls have amnesia, and in the state of amnesia they think they are the body. And it is the spiritual master that comes and changes the software in your mind and shows you that you are the soul and not the body. But it's a process. It is easily said today, but it is a process. And the minute you realize you're not this body, females especially, the economy of the country will go into deeper recession. Because no more Yardley, lipstick, powder, perfume. Because once you realize you're not this body, is there any necessity to stand in the front of the mirror and pluck out your eyelashes, eyebrows, adorn yourself? Is there any necessity? No. You don't need any makeup. And I'll prove to you that your soul, when you realize you are the soul, when the soul is shining through you, that shine through you, no makeup on this earth has the beauty. That is your own beauty radiating through your body. You understand? Sita,
Yes, I
do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And I won't forget Sita's story. Alright? Rishi, you know Sita's story. You weren't here last week. So the Guru from India supposed to land here on Thursday. The Guru from India supposed to land here on Thursday. I could not make out half my own female devotees, and they so less in this satsang. The way they were adorned, bedecked with jewelry, with saris. Okay? Sita took 4.5 hours just to dress for this Guru that was supposedly to be here from India on Thursday. Unfortunately, he only landed on Friday, and they had to give this image to the ordinary South African Guru, alright? And Sita is one of the main culprits. Main culprits. She took 4.5 hours to dress for that Guru from India. Ashok Bhai, what do you think of that? South African Guru, your Guru, who you meet every week, week in, week out. Don't you think you should dress for that Guru? Sita?
Yes.
I'll never forget you. Okay? Again, this platform provided by the greatest saints and husband and wife team, so that I could sit and joke with you today, in the same time give you a message that with this message, whoever is listening, is a life-changing message. If you know you are not this body and that you are the soul, it should change your life. It should deviate your mind immediately as of this message, that you must never have the fear of death, because only the body dies. You can never die. One fear will leave you. When you are ill, we prolong our illness through the fear of death. We become negative when we are ill, because we're going to say, I'm going to die. I can't see my wife again. I can't see my children again. Some of us, my bank balance, what's going to happen to my money? What's going to happen to my car? Alright? And in this negative environment, what happens to the illness? It is given freedom to perpetuate itself upon your body. But when you know that you're not going to die, that this body is a temporary body, what happens to the illness? You are positive. You send soldiers, antibodies, to go and kill that illness. Illness does not last in people who know they are the soul. It attacks the people, but it does not have a long residency. Those who do not know they are the soul, illness makes a meal out of them. Does it not? Is it not logical? Because it is your own brain that have all the faculties to cure any illness. It is your brain. You are endowed with a brain that has the faculties to cure all illnesses, and illnesses can be cured only with a positive vibration, because illness is a negative vibration. And if there's a negative vibration in you, to remove the negativity, you must have more positivity. But if you sit and cry, my beautiful wife, who will she marry? What will happen to my 458,000 rand that's in a bank? What will happen to my car? God, please do not let me die now. I promise, when this illness is over, I'll attend satsang every Thursday. I'll go to Acharya Sham Ramanuj. I'll go around the cows. I'll clean the yard. Just give me back my health. And when your health is given,
Forget.
after 3 weeks, Guru don't see you. And not even God sees you. Although He lives within you, He can't find you. Is it true, Sudarshan? Yes. So my satsang for those of you that are physically with me, it must have a positive impact in your life. At least one sentence belong to you. Whatever I stated here today, I've answered one question of each one of you today. Every one of you, one question has been answered beside Tivashni. Because her questions cannot be answered by any guru on this. The demands are so high, it surpasses guru logic. Alright? Besides, I'm an honest guru. I don't want to say I answered every question. Every question besides Tivashni. Alright? I cannot fulfill that what she asks. Alright? So let's do verse 15. For he whom these do not affect, O chief of men, and to whom pain and pleasure are the same, that steadfast man alone is worthy of immortality. Okay? So again, verse 14, verse 15, dedicated to Guru-Mataji. I experienced with her when she was in pain. Okay? And she withstood this pain. She withstood this pain. And today she left her body because she withstood this pain for me and you. She withstood this pain for who? Me and you. And when she left her body yesterday, she reunited with Guruji. She reunited with God. And her human stay on this earth became immortalized. Her human, her name Guru-Mataji, is now immortalized because she withstood pleasure and pain. And take example from her. No matter what your family do to you, or be it your own children, and this is common now, we don't have to go too far. Those years family were 45th cousins, isn't? Now family is your own children. Those years 45th cousins attacked you. Today your own children are attacking you. It's within the first circle. Those years it was in the third circle. Alright? Today it's in the first circle, and vice versa. Parents are also attacking their children. So in this attack, take Guru-Mataji's life. Guru-Mataji's life. If she made it, it means you and I are going to make it. In this pain, remember God. Remember God. And for Nisa, Krishna in Sanskrit translated to English means?
Christ.
No, Krishna.
Oh.
Krishna, the word Krishna, from Sanskrit,
All
translated to English means all attractive. It is not some charo's name. It means all attractive. Do you think God should be called all attractive? I mean, you go in the mirror, Nisa. You spend so many hours trying to make yourself attractive. How much more attractive you think your Creator must be? He should be the source of all attractiveness, shouldn't he? So Krishna means, if Krishna was spoken in English, then we'll say all attractive. Wherever we use the word Krishna, we'll substitute it with all attractive. And this is the quality of God. And you would have heard we use the word Narayan many, many times today. So Narayan is also not some charu's name. Right? Narayan means the source and goal of all living entities. So when you translate Narayan from Sanskrit to English, it means the source and goal of all living entities. Don't you think the ultimate God, His name should be the source and goal of all living entities? So that's simply what Narayan means. Alright? So God of your understanding, with the name that you are comfortable with, is fine in this satsang. Because the quality of God is the source and goal of all living entities. Okay? Are there any questions? Okay, we'll discuss that after this broadcast. Are there any questions on this broadcast?
No.
So I was sent videos of the funeral procession, and Guruma was cremated on the ashram premises, and both her sons were sitting side by side, and I hope this continues. Right? And I pass my condolences to all of Guruma's family that I have met and that I have not met. And the Sri Narayan Dham will never forget Guruma. Guruma will be immortalized in the Sri Narayan Dham. And I think the perfect photograph that need to be framed to make everyone jealous is the photograph where I am being fed by Guru.
Someone said that they would like you to come to the USA once.
I will come to the USA when God asks me. Is it soon, New Ellen? No.
Beda Dakar.
Okay. Tell him he can contact me on Messenger,
Okay.
and maybe we'll take a flight. Are there any questions? Any questions? Everybody got a message? Rishi, what's your message? You continue the floor shining business. Okay? Ashok Bhai, welcome to our satsang. This is what I've been doing for the past 6 years. Alright? No more questions? Jai Shriman Narayan.
Jai Shriman.